Morning. Oh, there's my sound. Okay, okay, you guys are all have what happened to my printer's out of paper. Hang on.
Okay.
I got kind of a little excited yesterday and got distracted.
We all did. Well, maybe not all, but I
No,
did too.
there are about 70 million people who didn't, but they're gonna have to figure things out.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna have to help them or something.
Yeah. Just show some love.
Yep. Yep. But thank goodness.
Let me turn my phone off.
Oh, good idea. Oh, the alignment page. I hate the alignment page. All right. Okay, I think I'm ready. I can't see, but other than that, I'm fine. This new system where I've got to admit people is really, you either, okay, great. Okay, the dogs are locked down. I think we're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my dog a bone, so hopefully she'll be good for this next hour.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That'll keep her out of trouble. I've
Right.
got mine locked out of the room, so they can't
Oh,
go
okay.
outside and bark, which they,
Right.
a flea crosses the street and they think they have to announce it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now she's known to jump up on my lap, but that's okay. You guys can
Oh,
see
that's fine. Is she big or little? Is she a big dog or
Little, a
little
little dog. Yeah.
Next time I'm gonna get one of those. I had to fight for 2 inches of space on the bed last night. It's
Oh, I
like,
believe that.
I've got 2 big ones and they just
Ooh.
like take over the world.
Yeah. They definitely take over the bed.
Yep. That's because we let them.
Yeah.
Morning, Anna. Good morning, Z. Hello, Marilyn. Hello, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning.
Is that Roy?
How are things in Michigan?
Who's in Michigan?
Ken. Oh, it looks like maybe he's not there. He's walked away. He's stepped away.
Okay.
How are you this evening? Good,
Thank you.
good. Hi, Dee.
Oh, phew. Who's in the waiting room? Oh, this waiting room business is really annoying. Okay.
Somebody's chatting. Oh, hi, it's Kathy and Bill.
Hi, Terry.
Which Terry?
Briar.
I can't see everybody. Where's everybody?
Well, do you need to? Hi, Erin. Good morning.
Good morning, Erin. There's Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn.
Royce. Hi, Royce.
There's Rhonda. Hi, Rhonda. Rhonda's on the beach. I saw Rhonda having gelato yesterday.
Uh-oh, you're not supposed to tell about that.
I know. Uh-oh, Rhonda, you're frozen.
Well, she had
She
gelato.
did have gelato.
We
Well,
knew that
fine.
was coming. Thank you, Doug. And by the way, belated happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, Monica's here. Everybody, this is my friend Monica Chiappa. Hi, Monica.
Hi, Monica.
She looks like she may be frozen too.
Hi, Monica.
There's Tom. There's Mary. It's Royce. Oh my gosh, from Alaska. Oh, how
Yay.
great to see you.
Nice to see you. Oh, they're coming right and left here.
Hi, Janet. Hi, Marty. Hi, Jan. It's hard to keep up with everybody.
I know. We've got 20.
There's
I'm glad
Molly and Arthur.
they give me the count. That's so exciting. We were talking about that. There are 20 at the moment, in case anybody wants to know.
Who is talent show? Joan Lucci? Huh. There's Molly and Arthur.
Hi,
And
Yella.
Marty and Len. I see Len's over there. I missed him. And there's Yella. Yay! Hi, Yella.
And Carmen.
Where's Carmen?
Well, she just arrived.
I think
She's here.
heard it in San Diego.
No, San Diego
I know.
is Kathy and Bill.
Carmen, San Diego.
Carmen, San Diego.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. That's right up there with a lot.
Oh. And there's Mark now. And there's Carmen. Hi, sweetheart.
There she is. Hi.
And there's Monica. Now she's moving, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to.
I know. Royce, is Leslie coming? they can't hear me. Maybe I should put the earbud. No, but then you
Yeah.
could.
Morning, guys.
Doesn't, at this point,
Gina, hi
it
Gina.
doesn't pre-fill, so that would be one thing.
Hi. Can you hear
Good
me?
morning.
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
I can't hear.
Hey Gina, it's raining.
Carry out recounts where it's a very close contest
Gina's in Seattle. It rains.
to pursue those and to
Somebody have their TV on and the sound on? Please turn it off or mute yourself. Okay. We'll wait a few more minutes. Don't you think, girls and boys?
Yeah, couple minutes.
Yeah.
I'll go check and see if anybody's looking for the code.
Oh, good
Yeah.
idea. I haven't seen a message come up, so.
Anna,
I got a few this morning.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
Anna
is
saw-
that-
Leslie's
is
here,
that
but
you?
she's on the phone with Amy, so she'll be joining us in a minute.
Oh, great.
Okay, great. Thanks, Royce. Lovely to have you.
Yes.
Hey, Royce, it's cold and rainy here.
Not as cold and rainy as it is here.
That would
I bet.
I
doubt be true.
Let us know if the unsure of its availability. Your status.
Doris? Hi, Doris.
Hi, Doris. Oh, there she is. There's John and Mary Beth.
Hi,
Hi, John and Mary Beth.
in
Hi.
separate Hollywood squares.
It may be cold, but we're all
Good
warm
morning.
in our hearts.
Yes, I think we are.
And John
Breathing.
Seeley. Hi, John.
But Alex Trebek died. I feel really bad about that.
You
Oh,
did?
did?
really?
Oh,
Well,
I
he's
didn't
been
know.
very ill for a long time.
Yeah,
That's
he's-
Yeah, but
certainly not a
he's been-
surprise.
What a guy
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I wanted to check. Facebook.
I'm going to turn.
Terry Breyer, Terry.
Hey, Carmen, hi.
Hi, everybody. I'm
Oh, nice
seeing
to see you.
Terry Breyer, who hasn't been seen in a long time. Hi there.
We are
Oh.
so happy to see you up and about.
Yeah, wonderful.
Happy belated birthday, Doug.
Yeah.
Thank you. Also,
Anyway.
John and Marty,
Oh, John
Yes.
too, that's right, I forgot.
Arthur.
There's a whole group of you.
And
Oh.
Ellen gets on. I know.
Arthur,
Yes, we said Arthur.
Thank
Arthur, John, Ellen, Marty.
Happy birthday, John Seeley also had a birthday recently.
I said John. Yeah.
John,
We celebrated.
so is anybody saying anything about the elections?
This is a spiritual day.
Yes, I know.
Woohoo.
I want to know who all those
Okay.
people are who voted for Trump. Who are they, other than my grandchildren?
All right, I'll shut up.
We're thrilled. We're happy, all of us. The
Well,
wall is down. The
We don't
wall is
necessarily
down.
know that that's true, but yes, many of us are very happy.
But it's a real relief, but our work's just beginning because we've got a lot of work to do to turn things around. But the good news for me is our movie's going to be on PBS in December. So to let you know more
Oh,
about it.
wow.
Ooh,
Good.
congrats.
Great. PBS nationwide?
It's going, it's been already, the program offer's already been sent out to all the public television stations in the country, and it's going out on the Neta feed. It's not automatic that every station will download it, so it helps
Right.
if people contact their stations and run it. It depends on, each station manager makes their decision, but it's going out, and we're working on lining up sponsors, and we're getting a lot of excited reactions. So yeah, we've got Martin Sheen. We just recorded some new
Great.
spots with Martin Sheen that'll be promoting it on PBS, and so we're getting rolling. I'll put something in the chat box about it if you want more info.
That's wonderful, Arthur.
Congratulations. You've worked
That's
so
great.
hard.
Congratulations.
Because I think you were on PBS in Minneapolis before, right?
All
So
right, we're
now-
just on in one
so now it's
city.
like a wider, it's a
Now it's
wider.
going out to all the PBS stations in the country, right? It's well, December,
Great.
I mean, the announcement's already gone out, and December 5th, it goes out on the feed to them, and then we'll hopefully be running it during Human Rights Week and during the anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights on December 10th. And then it'll be on PBS, it'll continue to be available for 3 years, so they can run reruns and so on PBS. So,
Great,
Awesome.
Wonderful.
great. Hey,
So,
Rena,
What do
the
you
light
think
is
is?
behind you. We can't see your face. Is it 10? Yeah, it's almost.
And
No, it's
It's
10
after 10.
after. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah.
Shall we start?
yeah,
Cool.
I think we should get started.
What do you think, Aaron?
Ready. So is that official, Nadine? Are we starting?
I think it's official. It's 10 after 10. I think we ought to get this party started.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Please take a moment right now and mute yourself, even though we love you. We don't want to hear you accidentally. It is great to be with you all this morning. For those of us who are here locally in Baja, we've got a rainy, cold for us morning. So it's nice to be inside, but to be able to gather together. And our theme this morning is about privilege. And it's a theme that many of us have been kind of talking about, this not need to address, but desire to address this idea of privilege, our own privilege, how that changes how we view the world, or our own lack of privilege and how that changes how we view the world. And I found it interesting because as we were talking about it, there was this kind of question or idea of, well, not church is about spirituality. As we've been trying, some of us have been trying to meet together and describe who it is we are, because, from the get-go, you're never supposed to say who you're not. You're supposed to say who you are. And so we've been talking about we're a community, and we're a community for spiritual exploration. So we're a community that wants to come together in a spiritual way, but we also want to use that coming together as a community to expand ourselves, but to be, I think, a benefit to the world, to be a benefit to the community, to be a benefit to right where we are. We want to be part of that, not just the healing of the world, but the thriving. And so we want to be people who come alongside one another and help us to thrive and help us to go deeper. And sometimes that going deeper can be uncomfortable. And sometimes that going deeper can challenge our very presuppositions. And so as I was reading and preparing for how to introduce our topic today, I came upon an article that said this: "Are loving kindness and compassion complete if they don't extend out to others? If we choose only to move through the world with ethically sourced, rose-colored glasses, are we truly living? Are we healing? Are we thriving?" And so this morning, we are so, lucky isn't, it's really blessed, but I know that's a religious word, but we really are blessed to have some wonderful folks contributing this morning and giving us some of their stories. If we think that to do unto others is as we would have done unto us, then we must understand each other. And so in that light, here we go.
When we are born in this life, we are conditioned by our role models and surroundings. We are taught to think in culture and in color of our skin. Sometimes we are taught not to mix with other colors or cultures. Why then did God create us in different colors? Man created separation in class, in culture, in color. If God is love, and if God is all there is, then love is all there is. Love is the one language we can all understand. Love knows no boundaries. Love does not see color. Love does not separate one from another. God is love, and love is all there is. One love. We are one.
Okay, so that's me. So for those of us born with access to power and resources, privilege, particularly white or male privilege, can be hard to see. We easily forget that everything that happens in our lives occurs in the context of the supremacy of whiteness. We're admitted to college, hired for jobs, given or denied loans, cared for by medical professionals, and we walk down the street as white people, unafraid and oblivious. We've worked hard and faced challenges, but we need to face the reality that part of the reason doors open for us is our unearned racial privilege. For those of us who are white and who may also be disabled, gay, lesbian, or straight women, our experience of being excluded from the mainstream hides from us the fact that we still benefit from our skin color. By seeing ourselves removed in some way from the privileged group, we may be even more blind to the benefits of privilege. So, given that we want to work to create a better world in which all of us can live happy, secure, fulfilling lives, what can we do? The first step is to become aware, take off the blinders, and look squarely at the reality of our experience. We need to see reality before we can heal and move forward. Meditation is a great tool to help us see reality, to help us see and let go of erroneous perceptions and face the realities of our privilege. So we're going to do a simple breath meditation today, but instead of just letting thoughts go when your mind wanders, and we all know that it will, try to notice your thoughts without judgment, excuse, or blame. Don't get caught by the bait. Just pay attention and note what comes up particularly on the subject of privilege, before you return your attention to your breath. So I invite you now to join me in a short meditation. As poet Taiwo Adesina said, take a journey with me, slide off those shoes of privilege and see anew. So please sit back straight, dignified and alert, eyes gently lowered or closed. Feel your bottom and back against the chair, anchor in your body. Your hands rest lightly in your lap, and take a couple slow, deep, deliberate breaths. Now let the breath return to its natural rhythm. Shine the light of your attention on the place where breath-related sensations are most strongly felt. Cool air coming into your nostrils or the back of your throat. Your chest or abdomen rising and falling. Just pick the strongest one and don't change your object of attention once you've settled on your spot. You're calm, relaxed, your heart's wide open, nowhere to go, nothing to worry about for these few minutes. When your mind wanders away, notice the thought, then let it float away and gently escort the mind back to the breath sensation. Focus, notice, and redirect. Nothing more to do for a couple minutes. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rhonda, and I know most of you through Not Church. And I'd just like to share with you my reality and experiences as it relates to privilege. A little background about myself. I was born in 1957. I was born and raised in Compton, California. After I finished high school, I went to college and I received a bachelor's degree in business administration. My concentration is accounting. And after that, I landed a very good job at a large aerospace company. And I went back to school and I earned my master's degree in business administration. After 37 years from the same aerospace company, I retired in January of 2018. So I'm more of a long-term girl, just give you a little background. A few years ago, I was introduced to Mexico through my godfather. I befriended a person here and loved her like a sister. She eventually ended our friendship. And one of the reasons was because she I thought I was privileged. Wow, what does that mean? I just, in tears, I'm looking up, what does that mean? What does privilege mean? I'll give you the definition. Privilege as a noun, a special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or group. Someone whose attitudes or views reflect the fact that they are inherently privileged or advantageous position because of particular social category or categories to which they belong. We'll get back to that definition. I'm going to give you a timeline of my experiences. Where I was discriminated against by the privilege as I was trying to get the American dream, not understanding it was not designed for people of color. My dad is from Grand Junction, Tennessee, which is about 50 miles from Memphis, Tennessee. And back in the 1970s, we did a road trip, my dad, my brother, and I. And as we're going, we're getting close to Grand Junction, Tennessee, and we went through Georgetown, Tennessee. And we stopped at a restaurant, and it was a Denny's type restaurant. Being the West Coast girl, little girl I am, and I'm probably in my 16-ish, I jump out the car and I go to head for the front door. My dad grabs me. He says, hold on, we're not allowed to go inside. We're not allowed to go inside. He says, no, we have to go around to the side where there was a Black man at a Dutch door that took our order, brought us our order, and we had to leave. It was to go only for Blacks. You see, that was my first experience of racism that I recognized. Because being on the West Coast, you didn't see that as much as in the South or maybe even in the East Coast. But that owner, that restaurant owner or manager had the privilege to say, no Blacks allowed in the dining area. Wow, that's privilege. Another incident in 1984, my cousin and I went to rent an apartment. You know, we're in our early 20s and it's time to, you know, leave the nest. Well, actually I had left the nest and I came back. And so we both had good jobs. I'm working for a large aerospace company. She worked for Los Angeles Unified School District. But the door was closed to us left and right. And we were looking in the Gardena, Hawthorne area. So we finally just gave up, you know, but it became evident to us the reason why the doors were closed. Certainly it wasn't because we didn't make enough money or we didn't have good credit. Those were not the reasons. So my answer was to buy a townhouse. I said, well, I'm gonna buy a townhouse. My cousin said, do what you want, I'm staying at home. So I went out and I went to Wells Fargo Bank and I filled out the loan papers. Mind you, I have a pretty good job, excellent credit. And they gave me such a hard time, such discouragement in my life to try to get the American dream, not knowing that it was not for people of color. So finally, I said to Wells Fargo Bank, they wanted a cosigner. And I said, no, I'm done. You know, I know on my own merit that I deserved to be granted a loan. And I'm not going to go beyond that. Well, they relented and they gave me the loan. So I ended up owning a townhouse. Well, after that, I had my own, Pretty Woman incident. So I'm in the Baldwin Hills Mall, those of you who know the LA area, And I walked by this little shop in the mall, and they had this beautiful skirt suit in the window. So I go inside, and there was this elderly white lady salesperson. And I said to her, I said, I would love to see this particular outfit in a size 8. Yes, I was once an 8. And so she immediately says to me, that suit costs $300. And basically the attitude was, don't waste my time because you can't afford it, which was not true by any means. But because of the color of my skin, this is what she felt. And not only did she feel that way, she felt privileged to say that to me. See, that's the difference between having privilege and not having privilege. So I said, okay. So I left. And again, you know, the experiences, I have so many experiences of these type of things that it's really sad. But for you all to know that, you know me, at least through Not Church, you've seen me, that these experiences are real. They're real. What you see on TV, they're real. They're the real experiences. So in the 1980s, I decided to go back to school. And my job at the time had a program where they would pay for your education, but it wasn't open to all employees. It was only open to employees that they felt would benefit from this plan or benefit the company as well as themselves. So I applied to no avail. I mean, I was told that I didn't need a master's degree to be able to move up into the company. And I was denied the opportunity to get my master's degree through the company. Although there were several coworkers, white coworkers, that were approved and went on to get their degrees. Well, that didn't discourage me, but later the company opened it up to all employees. And I went back and I ended up getting my master's degree. In that time, I received modest increases and promotions before I had gotten my master's degree. And of course, I started at the bottom, so I was on my way up until the late 80s. I purchased a used Mercedes. Again, the American dream, nice car, house, white picket fence. And, but now I have a townhouse and a Mercedes too. Oh my gosh. See, that's not for, the American dream is not for people of color. I had a supervisor say to me that either I had a dope dealer boyfriend or I received an inheritance. Why could I have not just gone it on my own merit? I was single, no kids, had been on my job almost 10 years. That's normal for the privilege to be able to have those things. But for me, for a person of color, no. Just because American dream isn't for the people of color. I dressed really nice at work, and I had a director say to me, oh, we must be paying you too much because for you to come to work dressed like this. Yeah. Now, mind you, we're talking supervisors, we're talking directors, you're talking people who have my career in their hand. And this is what I'm being said. But see, they felt they had the privilege to say those things. And not only say those things, I wasn't granted a promotion for over 10 years after that comment. When I did go back and get my master's degree, I did get a promotion. There was 5 of us in the company that was in this program. And one of the persons, she was the president at the time's daughter. And so all 5 of us received promotions because see, it would have been too obvious. And I was the only African-American in the class. It would have been too obvious not to include me in getting a promotion. Before that, I had gotten a low merit increase, lower than normal. And I spoke to my manager and I said, what can I do? What can I do to better myself for next year? I think that's a question that anyone would ask. I was told, why are you complaining? You make better money than your friends in Compton. This is what I was told. Not, oh, you can do this, you can do that, so that I can do those things so that I could have a better, at least try to have a better increase the following year. See, that's not what I was told, because you know what? The American dream is not for people of color. Okay. In 1997, I purchased a new car, BMW 528i. I went to, and I'm naming the places. I went to Valencia, BMW, with a friend of mine, a male friend of mine. No salesperson came out to speak to us, to greet us. And when does that ever happen? Have you ever bought a car? It's like 10 of them at you before you can get out your door. No one. We had to get their attention. Got their attention, talked to them. And I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I must have filled out an application. But we left because it was very obvious that they weren't taking us serious. So I went down the road to Manhattan Beach and I bought a brand new BMW. Filled out the application. The guy comes back, white, middle-class guy comes back into the office where we were sitting, and he says, wow, you have excellent credit. Why would you think anything different? Well, we know why, because of the color of my skin, right? So I get the car, lo and behold, Valencia, BMW, calling me. Oh, come buy a car, because at that time they had ran my credit. They had saw that I had excellent credit. They had saw that I was a person that they should have taken seriously and didn't. Those are the experiences that I've had, and I'm going to give one or two more of the privilege versus the people with the lack of privilege or less privilege. In 2004 through 2010, I went to Fort Worth, Texas, which is the South. My mom is from a suburb of Dallas, Texas. So I had some family and friends, and I had been there before. But anyway, I went there and I worked there for the same aerospace company. And the discrimination was much worse there. And I only say that because it was more obvious there. And I won't even go into that because it was just a whole different lifestyle in dealing with racism and discrimination. I came back in 2010 and still working for the same aerospace company. In January of 2018, I decided to retire. Well, in 2017, I decided to retire. During 2017, which was just a few years ago, my company settled out of court a discrimination lawsuit. And that lawsuit encompassed people of color that were making less than the privileged. So I was part of that group. And I received some additional income to the tune of $500 more a month. Wow. But I had a friend who received $2,000 more a month because she was so underpaid because she was a person of color. Now, this person ended up in life being a single parent with 2 kids. She had lost her house, had been devastated financially because of what was happening in the world at that time. Trust me, had she been paid what she obviously deserved to be paid because that was her increase from the settlement, she would not have had to go through all those hard times. And so understand why we feel the way we do, because we see the difference between those that are privileged and those that are not. We see it. We see it. So I was thinking that I was told, I think I'm privileged. I'm going to go back and give you part of the definition. Someone whose attitudes or views reflect the fact that they are in an inherently privileged or advantageous position because of the particular social category or categories to which they belong. Well, you know what? I do think I'm privileged. I think I'm privileged because of my relationship with God, or as my dad would say, higher power. But I'm also privileged to be part of a social category that believes that the American dream, which I realized a lot sooner than the last day, is about the character of a person. And that is more important than the money of a person or the influence thereof, meaning the money that they can provide to us through whatever ways. But if they don't have a good character, America has shown that character really is the American dream. And I am so proud to have friends and family and to be part of a group that believes that empathy and honesty, that all of those things, integrity, is really what it's about. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gina Higgins, and this is my second time with the Not Church group. And today I'm just going to share with you a quote from a playwright, a novelist that I enjoy, but a little bit about myself first. I'm originally from New Orleans, and when I moved from New Orleans and lived on the East Coast a little bit on the West Coast, and now I'm here in Seattle. I've known Anna and Doug, well, Anna particularly, for about 30 plus years. She's the godmother of my eldest daughter, Allegra, and she was also a best friend and confidant to my late husband, Greg. And it was through Greg that I met Anna. When thinking about all of the chaos and good trouble we have witnessed and experienced this year, I'm reminded of a passage in James Baldwin's The Fire Next Time. In the vein of privilege, I want to share a quote. It goes like this. And down at the cross, Baldwin says, love takes off the mask that we fear we cannot live without and know we cannot live within. I use the word love here, not merely in the personal sense, but as a state of being or a state of grace, not in the infantile American sense of being made happy, but in the tough and universal sense of quest, daring, and growth. I chose this short quote because once in a while, through all of us, there are flashes of some clairvoyance, some clear idea of what America really is. I know for a fact that we who are marginalized, and dark can see America in a way that white Americans cannot, which makes it all the more difficult to be satisfied with its present goals and ideals. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zenaida. Most of you know me as Z. Today, I want to share a poem and a short exercise that illustrates that we may have privilege and not realize it. But if we can make ourselves more aware and think before we act or assume, we can do our part and start to make a difference. And to Bené's point, just live with more love. So the poem is called Privilege. It was by Nikki Aqua. And here goes. You're far more privileged than I am, says the girl to the boy. It's not rare that I walk down the street only to be harassed, gunned down with jokes and comments too crass. For me to repeat, men stare at my ass. Yes, you're far more privileged than I. You're far more privileged than I am, says the boy to the girl out of steam. If I show emotion, then I am unmanned. Poor mental health seems to go hand in hand. With pressure so harsh, why can't you understand that you're far more privileged than I? You're far more privileged than I am, says the boy with the much darker skin. Still, I've clamored and cried for change and reform. You're in a fit because you're seen as the norm. You made me a stranger the day I was born. You're far more privileged than I. You're far more privileged than I am, says the Nigerian mother of two. Back home was respect. I have 2 degrees, yet here I've had to beg on my knees. My accent translates my demands into pleas. You're far more privileged than I. You're far more privileged than I am, says the girl who was pulled out of school. When I open my mouth, people think I'm a fool. I stay quiet under my husband's dark rule, subjugated to pain. Don't you think that that's cruel? No question, I am less privileged than you. You're far more privileged than I am, calls the girl leaning on a silver crutch. You all forget about the blessing of health. You curse it while chasing for gold and for wealth. You have strength, agility, long life, and stealth. So you're far more privileged than I am. You're far more privileged than I am, says the woman who's always called fat. I've learned to make jokes from the meanest of glare. Oh, life's not fair. When I'm mocked, though I try, I can't help but care. You're far more privileged than I. Privileged looked at them all. Upon privilege must lie the call. They smile wryly and say, in the nicest of ways, we're the least privileged of all. So now we're going to do a quick exercise. I want everyone to put 10 fingers up so that they're viewable. Everyone ready? Okay, everyone 10 fingers up. So the way this game works is if a statement applies to you, you can put a finger down. Okay, so this is called Fingers Down, Check Your Privilege Edition. Put a finger down if you've ever been called a racial slur. Put a finger down if you've been followed in a store unnecessarily. Put a finger down if you've had someone clutch their purse as you walked by. Put a finger down if you've had someone step off of an elevator to avoid riding with you. Put a finger down if you've ever been accused of not being able to afford something expensive. Put a finger down if you've had fear in your heart when being stopped by the police. Put a finger down if you've been stopped or detained by the police for no valid reason. Put a finger down if you've been bullied solely because of your race. Put a finger down if you've been denied service solely because of the color of your skin. Put a finger down if you've ever had to teach your child how not to be killed by the police. Any fingers left? That's privilege. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Z. Wow. What a gift we have to be able to come together like this. What a gift we have that we can be with one another, that we can share stories, that we can hear stories. Yesterday I heard various screams from my neighbors and quickly figured out what had happened and that they were screams of joy. And though I share that sentiment, I couldn't help but think of something that happens here in La Mission more frequently than maybe in other parts, is when all of a sudden you realize that your electricity is out. And when that happens to me, if it's in the, during the day, it's a little bit harder to know that it's happened at first, but then I suddenly realize the electricity's out. The very first thing that I do is find out if anyone else is in the same position. I want to know, is it out for everyone or is it just me? Because if it's out for everyone, I almost feel a sense of relief. Okay, we're in this together. It's not just me. But when it happens that it's out just for me, I think I'm alone and this is my problem and I'm the only one that's gonna suffer here. This might be kind of a random jump for you all, but I feel like in many ways for the last 4 years, the electricity has been out for all of us. And it's forced everyone to see some things that maybe they didn't want to see or weren't able to see. And that joy yesterday was, oh, finally the electricity has come on again. But you know what? Let's make sure that it comes on for everyone. Because unless it comes on for everyone, what's the point of having light for yourself? So what I think we are about here is we want to be a community that works to make sure that all can live in the light and that none are stuck without it. That's what we're hoping to do. With that, this brings our gathering today to a close. And please unmute yourselves and feel free to talk in sort of chaos, but enjoy it. And thank you so much, Rhonda. Thank you so much, Gina. Thank you so much, Z and Benet, for your contributions, and Nadine this morning. It's been fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Ann and Doug want to see
Thank you.
something. They're in there or something.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Rhonda. Thanks, Gina.
Oh, well, come on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday, all you birthday people.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, all you birthday
Happy
people.
birthday.
People.
Thank you.
It's birthday.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Leslie. Hi, Leslie.
Very
Hi,
moving,
Bear.
very moving
Good to
talk.
see you again.
Rhonda, that was so moving. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing those insights.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
we will see you all back here, same place, same time on December 13th, we hope.
Yes.
And stay tuned for more information. Thank you for joining our Not Church monthly gathering.
Yes, I love it.
Thank you. Thank you, all the organizers and participants.
Thanks, Carmen. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank everyone.
Thank you,
All right.
Rhonda. Nice to see you, Leslie and Royce,
Thank you.
Carmen,
Nice
Mary.
nice to be back.
Denise, Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you so much.
Anna?
Love you all.
Yeah.
Love you
Bye,
guys.
Gina.
Say,
Yeah.
Bye.
call you later.
Okay, call me later. Nice to see you, Joan. Welcome.
So, get up here. Places to go, it says go.
Joan, you just moved here, right? We met you the other day, I think, at Del Valle. You were with John at Del Valle, right? Yeah. I can't hear you. Sorry. Are you muted? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Is your microphone muted? No?
She's not muted, but I can't hear you either, Joan. No te puedo escuchar. That's me, Anna.
Okay. All right, bye.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm going to close out the meeting. See you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Arthur.